Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we unpack the secrets hidden within corporate filings. And today we have a doozy about who is creating what with digital assets. Before we dive in, if you want to stay ahead of the curve on what companies are really up to, hit that subscribe button. Also, we've got a fantastic community over on Discord. The link is in the description below, so make sure to join us there for even more exclusive insights. So what we have here is a Form 8K filing from the Grayscale Zcash Trust. Ticker symbol ZEC now, and 8K is basically a report of significant events that a company, or in this case, a trust, needs to disclose to the public. Think of it as a heads up for investors about something important that just happened. The main story in this particular report is all about the creation and sale of shares. It tells us that since their last report, they issued a chunk of new shares, specifically 52,300 shares. These weren't just handed out willy-nilly, they were sold to what the filing calls accredited investors. Now, that basically means individuals or entities that meet certain income or net worth requirements, so they are considered sophisticated enough to understand the risks involved. These new shares were sold at prices based on the Trust's net asset value or NAV, the aggregate amount of Zcash or ZEC. Involved in these transactions was just shy of 4,290 ZEC, which translated to a total of $250,545. This tells us the trust is actively managing its underlying assets, in this case, Zcash cryptocurrency. As a result of these new share creations as of the 3rd of October 2025, the total number of shares outstanding for the Grayscale Zcash Trust has climbed to 48,115,000. This increasing number of shares signals growth and ongoing investor interest in this particular crypto trust. It's important to note that these shares are created and issued on a regular basis, which means there is a continuous offering happening. The filing also points out that Grayscale Securities, LLC, acted as the authorized participant in these transactions. In the world of crypto trusts, an authorized participant helps create and redeem the trust's shares. They essentially bridge the gap between the underlying digital asset and the trust shares that investors buy and sell. Because of their role in distributing these shares, Grayscale Securities might be considered an underwriter according to securities law. An underwriter is essentially someone who helps sell new securities. However, the report clarifies that no underwriting fees or commissions were paid to Grayscale Securities for these specific sales, which is a detail worth noting. The report is signed off by Edward McGee, the Chief Financial Officer of Grayscale Investment Sponsors LLC, which is the entity that sponsors this trust. His signature confirms the accuracy of the information provided. Now, let's put on our investor hats and think about what this actually means. This filing tells us that demand for the Grayscale Zcash Trust is strong enough to warrant the creation of new shares, and that accredited investors are actively participating. This is a full financial report with tons of numbers, but the key takeaway is that the trust is growing. The fact that they are selling new shares means they are confident in their ability to acquire more Zcash and manage it effectively for their investors. One potential point of consideration is the nature of these unregistered sales. While exempt from full registration requirements under Regulation D, it is always good for investors to understand they are dealing with specific types of private placements. The trust itself is considered an emerging growth company, and importantly, it has elected not to use the extended transition period for new or revised financial accounting standards. This means they are adopting new accounting rules as they come out, which can be a sign of a more proactive and potentially more transparent approach. Overall, this 8K paints a picture of a trust that is actively expanding its offerings and attracting sophisticated investors. It highlights the ongoing creation activity behind the scenes that keeps the trust functioning and growing. Alright, that is our breakdown of this Grayscale Zcash Trust filing. What is your take on these share creation numbers and what they signal for the future of this crypto trust? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate finance. And seriously, check out the Discord link in the description. It is the best place to connect with us and other viewers. Thanks for watching. See you next time.